Well, another day. Let's get some dirt moved today. I'm gonna take the compactor, drive it over there. We'll start doing the core trench, probably take it back to about where the dozer is, somewhere in there. Then dig all that clay out the front slope right there, start putting it in there. And then we'll see what we can do about hauling some more stuff there out the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to start digging the core trench now. I raked this topsoil out of the way. And before I do that, I need to get the compactor over here. So I'm not going to recommend doing it this way, but I got to get it across the ditch. And there's really no other way to drive it around, and I don't feel like filling the ditch in, so we're just going to kind of pick it up. So get it across the ditch and set it back down. Like so. That might have been a little aggressive, but it's there. Start digging our trench here. Get this core trench knocked in here. Some beautiful clay down here, so I'm just trying to notch this down through here, and that would just help tie everything together. Start laying some material in here and building this up. Blend all this dirt in we dump back here. Coming here with the dozer, push this up to me. Take it to about, I don't know, maybe not quite, just the other side of this flag right here. I don't want to cut our access off to be able to haul dirt for right now, and or raise it up too high. Passes here, and we'll be ready to start putting some clay in here and build this section up. Last load of crap. We'll start cutting this clay and filling in the core trench with it. We'll see if we can't get this section of dam to match that grade today. Working on filling in the core trench now. I'm just running down this edge and scooping out some clay, getting that put in place. And as we keep keep building it back. Just kind of keep digging this out as we go and have this whole front section cut down. Rubber's coming behind me with the dozer and pushing that in place. It's just working out great. While he packs that, I'll probably run in there and cut some of that and lay it back so I get the rest of that material and use it. We're about to grade now, so the next one we'll start making a little bit wider, building the footprint of the pond dam. And we might have to load and haul a little bit to get the material down there. Should do it. Putting clay in the core trench now. I'm going to jump on the compactor and roll that in. We're going to start making a cut all the way down this front edge, laying that up here. It's not going to be near enough for right here, but once we get back over there, it starts getting a little wider. We'll have to throw it on the truck and bring it over here, but still pretty close. Getting that packed in there. Make a few more passes. I'll go ahead and back the truck down here and we'll load that into it. Honestly, even though it's only like 75 feet, it's a whole lot faster just put it in the truck, back it down there and dump 3 loads, than it is sit there and try to chase it with the dozer. Plus it helps pack the dirt down better. So that's what we're gonna do. Well, you know what this means. It's time for some new boots. I think I got my money's worth out of these old things. Let's try out a new pair of boots. I think I've earned it. Summertime is here. Time for a new pair of boots. I've been so happy with the pair of slip-ons that I got. Figured I'd get a pair of the lace-up short boots for wearing with shorts. Let's get these on. So Brunt advertises these as all their boots as the most comfortablest pair of boots you'll ever put on straight out of the box. So let's see how good they fit. So even got a new pair of socks too. Actually a new bundle of socks. So I was so happy with the other ones. Figured I'd get some more. These are the new cooling socks. One thing I like about the Brunt boots is they have that removable insert on the inside. If you need just a little bit more room inside the boot, you can take it out or leave it in there for the comfort you require. So if you'd like to pick up a pair of boots like these, you need to go to bruntworkwear.com/letsdig10. That is bruntworkwear.com/10. Use code letsdig10 for $10 off your first purchase. Let's get to work. We can throw this old pair away now. We have something nice to wear. Make sure I'm lined up with my waterline flag. I am. So I am actually cutting the front face of the dam here. We're starting this lift right there. This clay, just pushing that in there and we'll pack it down. The next one we'll probably have to load a few loads into the dump truck to back it down there. We're getting, well, we just didn't have clay within reach to dump right there. But this is how you really get a whole lot done in a day right here, when all you can sit right, when all you have to do is just sit right here and lay the material up where it needs to go. You can move a lot of material when you don't have to worry about a truck. Aggravating to cut this little bit of grade right here because it's kind of a short little triangle here. But it's working. So what I've been doing is just trying to cut, and then I'll come back over here and reach out a little bit farther and grab some of this. That way we're not all up on top of each other trying to work here. I can kind of scoot down as he goes. And I'm keeping track of how much dirt I move by just kind of count the buckets. I know how many it takes to make a load. I'll just do a click every 6 to 7. Probably about every 7 or 8 bucketfuls, since some of them aren't all the way full. I know that 7 normally fill the truck up really full, so that way I just kind of keep track of my yardage, because like I said, I price this job for moving amount of yardage I priced, which actually I thought it was closer to 20,000, but it's like 18,000 and something, so we'll probably go a little bit over, but should be pretty close to around that. Out of there. As you can tell, it does not take long to put in a lift, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Speed and efficiency.
Making good progress.
Robert giving it all the smoothies. I'm telling you, it is very hard to rake dirt out of that bed with that humongous bucket and that tailgate. But there was about 3 yards of dirt stuck in there, so I got the majority of that out. I'm gonna jump on the compactor. We'll go ahead and roll this in and then start another cut right here and haul that down there.
Well, it don't take long to make a round trip. But it's just too far to push it. Dump out a few loads side by side, let him spread it, and I'll start hauling some more mess out of the pond. And both of us will stay busy. Getting it done. pushing that clay down, I'm going to take and haul a few loads of this mess that I laid up here yesterday, dump it back there behind the pond dam, and just start kind of cleaning up the inside of the pond. If I can load 4 or 5 loads while he spreads that and packs that in, that's just, every time we do that, that much more dirt I get out of the pond. Did build almost a little bit of a road out here. Just kind of break some of that dirt out to kind of build a platform to back the truck out here. Keep from having to transfer this stuff so far. So far it's holding up, so I'd rather do that than have to transfer all this back one more time to be able to reach it to load it. Dump this one. Well, I was able to load out all that mud. We ended up cutting some more topsoil off here, adding another row back there, and we just finished making another cut of clay. We've got all that cut. Stop the core trench about right there, so we can tie back into that, continue getting all this dirt all the way down. I'm gonna go grab the laser, check this out here, and kind of see what my grades are. That way I know how much I need to start skimming off of that out there. So we need about 2 more feet down there at the end, about 18 more inches right there. That flag is actually set at a foot below water level because, well, the original ground was a foot low, so that's as close as I could get it. I'm gonna come down here. This is only about 4.5 feet deep right here, so I'm gonna come in here and cut out another foot, 1.5 feet to get a little more depth, get all this organic stuff out of the bottom of the pond, transfer this stuff back where we can load it out tomorrow. Look at how close that's gonna work out. Just perfect with my waterline flag. Might know what I'm doing here one day. We'll load about 4 more loads, let him go ahead and spread that. I'll haul some more mud out, dump it back there behind the dam. Once I get into some drier dirt, I'm going to dump a row down that back edge where the dozer and the compactor's at and start building that slope in there. We pushed our topsoil back a little farther than we needed to, but so we kind of got over here and started digging and putting our clay in and seeing how the grades were. We really weren't 100% sure how wide we needed to go, so I'd rather be a little too wide than too narrow. It's always easier to skim a little off and trim it out than it is to add more to it. Load number 55. We're making good progress today. It is 1:15. Already got 55 loads of dirt moved. Well, that is a wrap for today. We got this section of pond dam put in. This still needs to come up about 2 more feet right here and maybe a foot and a half right there. It's pretty close to where that needs to be. Got all of this material here cut out, all of that over there hauled back here to the back. What we're going to do is just keep dumping it in here and filling all this section in right here all the way down to the wood line, just to build a nice slope onto this ridge. Brought the D7 down here so we can kind of help push some dirt around tomorrow. Probably load that material out and maybe dump it kind of right in here to kind of help fill in this slope a little bit, and keep using our good clay since we're kind of short on that right here in this intersection where it needs to be.